News, I'm Ben Thomas. A tense encounter in Washington, D.C. as Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth visited with National Guard troops taking part in President Trump's crackdown on crime in the nation's capital. Ed Donahue has the story.
The vice president went to Union Station in D.C.
You guys bust your ass all day, we give you a hamburger. Not a fair trade, but we're grateful for everything you guys do.
Vance says some law and order has been brought back to the nation's capital.
We don't have to live like this. We do not have to allow our cities to be taken over by violence and by disorder and by chaos. You can actually do stuff.
An estimated 1,900 troops are being deployed in D.C. More than half are coming from Republican-led states. Vance was met by protesters at Union Station. Attorney General Pam Bondi says more than 550 people have been arrested so far, and the U.S. Marshals are offering $500 rewards for information leading to additional arrests. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard is slashing the intelligence office workforce by 40% and cutting its budget by more than $700 million. Gabbard says the office has become bloated and inefficient and asserts the intelligence community is rife with abuse of power, unauthorized leaks, and politicized weaponization of intelligence. The American Federation of Government Employees says at least 600 employees of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are receiving permanent termination notices. A recent court decision protected some but not all CDC employees from layoffs. President Trump is calling on Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook to resign. A member of his administration is accusing her of mortgage fraud. Cook was appointed to the Fed's governing board by former President Biden in 2022. Her term lasts until 2038. On Wall Street, the index is closed mixed. This is AP News. Boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been deported to Mexico following his arrest for overstaying his visa and lying on a green card application. Chavez had a warrant for his arrest in Mexico for alleged arms and drug trafficking and ties to the Sinaloa cartel. Meantime, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says the entire southern border wall is being painted black. She credits President Trump with the idea. Noem says the paint job will further deter illegal immigration because the black paint will make the wall hotter and therefore harder to climb. U.S. Border Patrol Chief Mike Banks adds the paint will also deter rust. Noem made the announcement during a visit to a portion of the wall in New Mexico, where she picked up a roller brush to help with the painting. Building the wall was a key focus of Trump's first term, and Homeland Security is receiving $46 billion to complete it. And there's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days, with rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise, through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around, everything feels right. Brad on the show, bringing joy to our day. Into the Marianas breeze, let the worries drift away. Yeah, that was a
at 7:41 here on Thursday. It is Thirsty Thursday out there, and we are thirsty for some news. Oh, we could be thirsty for worse things, believe me. It could be much worse. Anyway, good morning, everybody. First of all, before we get started, I want to say goodbye and safe sailing to the crew of the USS Shoup. They are making their way out of the CNMI today. Gonna head out and make their way to rejoin their carrier task force with the USS George Washington. Speaking of George, Salwan. Man, Sal, great to see you. Good morning. No idea where you are in the world right now, but man, it was great. The folks from JC Cafe loved you, man. Did you see that post that we sent you? Sal was out here with the WAPO, and it was great hanging out with them for a couple of days during the commemoration for the Hiroshima bombing, and then also for the other stuff that they were doing, the journalists from the Washington Post. It was really, really cool to have them out here. And man, it's great to see you. And so many people are wondering. I just had someone ask me, ooh, when is that big story coming out? I don't know, but we're looking forward to it. So maybe just slide us a little message one day. Let us know, hey, here's a link or something. I'm going to have to end up joining and becoming a member of the Washington Post, and subscribing just so I can get it, I'm sure. But it'll be worth it because I know I'm supporting these new friends that I have out here. Anyway, folks, let's get into some of our traffic and some of our weather. The weather is actually going to be great. We had landed on yesterday to tell us all about it from the National Weather Service and saying that we are looking good. Isolated showers throughout the day, mostly sunny skies, high near 87, pretty good. Right now it's 80 degrees. Up at the Saipan International Airport. Humidity's at 87%, and that's going to continue to drop today. So good news. We need some good news because we got some stuff that isn't great news today. We're going to be talking all about it here in just a little bit. But let's start talking first about what it's like. Well, before we start talking about getting tourists to get here to Saipan, you still got to worry about how you're going to get to work today because that traffic out there can be a little bit crazy. So let's go take a look at it right now. Let's head down to the streets. And wow, you guys have been looking at my side view the whole time. I didn't even have the other camera on there. Sorry, guys. Anyway. Maybe that was a good angle. I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at what traffic's at right now. See all that yellow and red? I know it makes you think of either the Kansas City Chiefs or that nice hot breakfast you can get from McDonald's. But right now, you could be thinking more about being backed up on the roads because that's what we got going on right now. Scoot all the way over to Chalmontier Martinez. That is Shell Dandan intersection right now. And people are backed up all the way past the Pool Villa over there on the way to Jalan Joaquin Doi. Yeah, that is a slow go all the way. And it's because school's back in, baby. Even if you go take a look over there in San Vicente, up on the hill, you can see that the traffic actually is not too bad. It's a little bit slow on the way going to the school, but over there by Akidza Drive is not so bad. We're going to scroll out and take a look around the Back Island Road, East Drive, looking pretty good over here. Even over there by Ina's Kitchen, that's going to look a lot different around lunchtime because there's going to be like 50 cars for 3 spaces. That's not too bad. Louisa says, hey, just say that's your good side. All right, I'll take it. If it is, I'm not sure it is. But anyway, Garapan traffic looking pretty good today. And people from off island are like, what are you talking about, Saipan traffic? Hey, yeah, trust me, get here. And when you're trying to get somewhere and you get stuck behind a school bus, you tell me. But don't be stupid and try to pass that school bus. That's not how it works. You get yourself either a flat kid or you're going to get yourself a fat ticket. Either one you don't want. All right. Over there, folks, trying to head north on Middle Road right now, over there by Bank of Hawaii, by Springs Plaza. It is a little slow for sure. You can see there's a big backup over there. That's probably because of one of those buses. But it's worse when you're going over there trying to get past McDonald's, that whole curve. You know, between DHL and McDonald's, that is the red and yellow area, just because of the color for all of their all their branding, but it's also the color of the roads right now because of the amount of traffic going that way. How about the intersection that matters, where traffic matters, where connections matter? That's IT&E, and it's a little slow over there, but not too bad. Out in front of us, it's pretty good too on Beach Road. And a little bit later, it's going to start clogging up by MHS because school's going to start at 9. Right now, it's not too bad, though. You're looking pretty good all the way down to Challenpee. It's a little bit slow over there in front of Hopwood because folks are trying to make their way through the loop over there. But they are going to get through. Well, anyway, folks, that's your first look at traffic and weather. But you don't even have to worry about traffic if you hop on Transit CNMI. That's right, COTA is the way you want to go to. No kidding, if you got to get from one place to another. It's only $2 to get one-way transit from Transit CNMI. And if you're a student, veteran, active duty military, a NOMCO, or you've got disabilities, it's only $1. Half off. Can you beat that? No, not with the stick. They're open from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. On the weekends and holidays, well, drivers get to party early because they get out at 8 o'clock. That's right, baby. They get to have a life too. And so that's how that works. COTA, now when you're taking a ride on COTA, the good thing is that you've also got free Wi-Fi and air conditioning while you're on there. And they're nice, clean, modern buses. They won the best small rural transit operation in the entire United States. How about that? Way to go, S.A. Camacho Meritita and your team over there at COTA. They got that going, and they want to get you going too. So go ahead, check them out. There's buses running up and down the blue line, and they will get you to work, to play, or to see your family and friends, whatever you want to do. COTA and Transit CNMI are there for you. All right, now you know. Now you know what's going on. Man, it's a lot of fun. We are going to be talking about this big story that's come out. We got a notice yesterday from some folks saying, hey, it looks like we're going to be having some difficult times in the month of September because Jeju is not going to be flying in the CNMI. And it makes you wonder, how is that possible? How are we not going to be having Jeju Airlines flying to the Marianas in September? That is our number one market. And it's not like there's a close number 2 or a close number 3. We are definitely very heavily dependent on the Korean market right now. And we have been for a long time, and it's a good thing for us. I mean, that we've had such a great relationship with folks flying here from South Korea. We love it. They have a great time when they come here. They have the most colorful cars that they get to rent and drive around and have a good time, and they're great tourists. And they spend a bunch of money here, they have some fun, and we have fun with them. So it's all great, right? Well, what the heck is happening? So here's what we got. We got a message saying that the flights for Jeju are going to be stopped between September 8th and September 30th. Then we also got one saying that from October 9th to October 26th, Jeju. So what is going on? Now, aside from our friends over at Star Marianas getting a bigger plane and starting Starju Airlines, we got to come up with some kind of a solution because we know what United thinks of us. They think of us as a bottomless well of resources that we just want to pay extra to go to Guam. Well, other people are not paying extra to go with them to come to here. So what do we do and what do we make out of that? So we sent out a message to the MVA yesterday afternoon and asked for a comment. And what we've got is that there is going to be a press release that's coming out today. When we tried to get something yesterday, again, they said, hey, something's going to be coming out in a little bit. So no problem. We'll get something today. But the thing was, when we asked that, they said, yeah, hey, it's not completely accurate, but we are going to have some major disruptions in the next year. What does that mean? We're going to find out. And, you want to know where all this stuff comes from. Little birds, flying around giving you little bits of information and stuff like that. And we don't rush to putting that stuff out if we can't confirm it, right? So that's why we reached out to MBA to say, hey, what's going on with this? And said, yeah, it's going to be rough. We'll give you something official, but we just don't have anything. And it kind of sucks that we've got to do it that way, right? Wouldn't it be better if they were leaning forward with this kind of info, unless they just found out about it like 2 seconds before we got it or something like that, just to have that constant flow of communication. And it's not about worrying and stuff like that, but it is about preparation. If we've got one autonomous agency's entire focus is based on tourism. And it's tough. You also don't want to shake consumer confidence and all that other stuff. So you could probably have to balance all of that. But for local businesses and other local government agencies and stuff like that, this wasn't something that we only went to one meeting so far in our official role since we started getting the notifications of their meeting dates and times. The other one is. The second meeting that they had was a special meeting that was entirely an executive session, aside from taking the roll call and all that stuff. That was the only thing that was on the agenda, was the meeting that they had with their international marketing body. So when that happens, this kind of info doesn't get disseminated, and their next meeting wouldn't probably be until September. So we wouldn't really find out until we start wondering why there aren't bright convertibles driving around in Saipan anymore, right? So finding this out is kind of a rough one in terms of that. So now, we had the town hall meeting. Well, they call it From the Hill to the Bill with Representative Congresswoman King Hines. We had a local business owner, Travis Jones from Last Shot Bar, was just saying, the economy is so tough that he's losing his lease at the end of his lease because even the company that owns that building is trying to downsize and move into there and save that as an expense instead of having their operation somewhere else. So now he's got to figure out what he's going to do. But his big question to the Congresswoman was, I'm not going anywhere, but do you have anything for me to reinvest in? And not talking about a product, but do you have any hope for me, like that we're going to be able to do something? And that's the main thing. Like, can I reinvest in our Commonwealth is what he was asking. And there was a lot of hopes in that. But here we go. Oh, but this is hot off the presses, folks. We just got this. All right, so here we go. Are you ready for it? You want to join me for it? Let's do this together. This just came in this morning. Thank you so much. Hold on. Thank you so much. All right, so we've got this. This just came from MVA just now, like literally just now. So thank you very much. Let's get into it. Here, let's scroll up. You guys are going to read this with me. We'll sound out the big words together. Hold on, I'm just going to move something over here from some advice I got from Mike Young. All right, Mike, take those pictures get them off the corner. I'm like, all right, I'll get it. You got it. I'll do it. You're smarter than me. All right, here we go. Hot off the presses. This is breaking news right now, literally. All right, we'll read it together. So if you're driving, don't worry about looking at your phone. It says the subject of this is from the MVA, financial and policy support needed to stabilize flights. Here you go. The Marianas Visitors Authority has met with current and potential airline partners earlier this August in Korea in an effort to stabilize air service to the Marianas. The tourism office warns that without immediate intervention, additional cuts to flights are expected in the coming months. MVA board chairman Warren Villagomez and managing director Micah Tyrone met with 5 airlines in Seoul in mid-August to seek commitments for a consistent flight schedule, which they say is the backbone of tourism recovery and growth. Yes, obviously. Here's a quote from Chairman. Air service is the single most critical factor for our tourism economy. Our meetings confirmed that unless we act quickly with financial support and targeted solutions, Saipan will continue to lose flights and seats. This will directly affect our economy, jobs, and the future of our islands. As for current flight reductions, Jeju Air, which operates twice daily flights from Seoul to Saipan, will suspend its night flight from September 8th to the 30th due to low ticket sales and fares. The airline is also considering suspending flights from October 12th to the 25th, though that decision has not yet been finalized. As for T-Way, they operate daily flights from Seoul. They've suspended their service for several periods in the coming months, from August 18th, a couple days ago, to September 28th, so over a month. October 14th to November 22nd, so like another month. And from March 15th to the 31st in 2026. That's pretty substantial. I mean, they're only basically going to be between August 18th and November 22nd. They're only going to be flying for 2 weeks and 2 days. That's it. That's T-Way. Here's a quote from Jamaica, the managing director. She says, these cancellations are, for the most part, the result of oversupply of seats to Guam following the Korean Air and Asiana merger. Because of the mandates tied to the merger, airlines are required to maintain seat capacity in Guam base on their air seat supply in 2019. This has driven down ticket prices and shifted demand there. Saipan fares also dropped, but unlike Guam, our market cannot sustain operations with such low yields. Airlines are responding by reducing or suspending flights here. This is the unique challenge we face today. All right, now, factors driving the decline. The Marianas' air service has been critically impacted by multiple pressures, just as the destination was making recovery progress post-pandemic. That's true. We have been making a recovery, and this is what is more distressing about this. So they say, one, oversupply to Guam. The Korean Air Asiana merger mandates have diverted demand away from Saipan and destabilized our market. Also, the currency exchange. The strong U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen and Korean won makes the other U.S. destinations more affordable and appealing. Our other non-U.S. destinations. There we go. Airline priorities. Airlines achieve higher profits operating multiple short-haul routes with Asia rather than long-haul to Saipan. And industry shortages. Remember that sentence, because we're going to come back to that. Industry shortages. Global aircraft delivery delays, particularly with Boeing, are limiting availability across all carriers, and also carrier exits. Asiana Airlines exited the Saipan market in summer of 2024 during its merger with Korean Air. Seat capacity has plunged from approximately 760,000 in fiscal year 2018 to just 260,000 projected from this year, a 66% overall loss, including 59% from Korea and a 100% loss from mainland China, which was once our second largest market. All right, well, don't worry, folks. We're getting closer to the end of this thing, but again, this is all happening right now. The path forward, what needs to happen? Every day we delay, the situation worsens. That's according to Managing Director Tyrone. She says, the Marianas needs a substantial and immediate financial injection to stabilize flights. Without it, our recovery stalls, businesses struggle, and families suffer. So here's what they're saying MVA is doing. They're taking several steps, including one, reaffirming China access, requesting the Department of Transportation to reaffirm and operationalize Annex 6 of the U.S.-China Air Transport Agreement so it functions as originally intended. Number two, strengthening Japan relations, reinforcing partnerships with influential stakeholders and developing programs to attract Japanese travelers. Sugoyo. Supporting China market resumption. They're resuming flights from Hong Kong Airlines on September 21st. It's a month from today, so that's going to be a little while before we feel that. Also, the MVA said they're seeking the United States assistance. Following meetings with the Department of Transportation, MVA will support a formal request for financial resources to improve air access to our destination and explore a temporary restricted cabotage waiver to allow non-U.S. carriers to provide essential service. Heck yeah. Remember, we're going to go back to that thing about the flights. They're also trying to build visitor demand. They're launching a new sustainability initiative this month to support the development of new products, services, and experiences that align with global travel trends. MVA is also emphasizing the importance of content creation to generate more awareness of the Marianas in overseas markets, helping to stimulate interest and strengthen demand for travel to the islands. They're also reintroducing the Marianas to the world. MVA is advancing a global branding project, thank God, scheduled for launch in October, to reintroduce the destination with a fresh brand and perspective that highlights the island's culture, people, and uniqueness. That's a damn good one. Remember all those, come to Jamaica. We have not had that, but now we're about to. All right, here's the call to action. And this is from the chairman, Warren Villagomez. He says, this is a tough situation, but it gives us the chance to reset and reintroduce the Marianas to the world. Government leaders must move quickly to provide financial and policy support to stabilize flight. At the same time, our businesses and community must do our part by building demand, enhancing the on-island experience, investing in content creation that raises awareness of the Marianas abroad, and supporting the global branding launch that will reintroduce our islands to the world with a stronger identity. And then you have Managing Director Tyrone here saying, tourism is our only industry. Protecting air service while growing visitor demand protects jobs, revenue, and the future of our islands until we can establish another viable industry that can share the economic burden. This is the time for all of us, government, business, and community, to work together to overcome this challenge. We cannot afford to prioritize our only industry. We can't afford not to prioritize our only industry. And so that's what we've got from the MVA, and then the little tagline at the end, the boilerplate stuff. So that's coming from the Marianas Visitors Authority just now. You've got it just as soon as it came out, and we'll post this on the page to go in there. Now, we were having some real interesting conversations last night, and some of those were to the effect of, you know, what is the future of our tourism out here? Because where are we? You know, I know we're dependent on it because that's what we got, but is it now coming to pass that our president's policies are really going to start working out for us now? All these tariffs incentivizing people staying here in the U.S., manufacturing and all that. Could that really pay off for us? Because it seems like that could be the thing for us. Because now, apparently, there's multiple companies interested in the CNMI. The question is, how is our infrastructure? Can we have them come in, and will we be ready for industry to come in? Of course, we're hoping the answer to that is yes. So we can get a little bit, oh no, where's page 2? Boom. So we can get something else, because we are so dependent on this tourism market. And, you know, ever since COVID hit, we have not bounced back, but it did start to get better. We did start to see some improvement. We were getting excited about it a little bit. And we started seeing tourists coming in. And, you know, seeing some people from off island having smiling faces and spending money in our local places. I mean, it was really a lot of fun, especially when we had that big exercise here. I mean, all the businesses in Garapan area were just bumping. But now, if we're just going to only be dependent on tourism, which is the only thing that we have right now, then we need to do something about it. They're asking right there in this letter from MVA, they're saying, we need your support, guys. We need your support in terms of content creation. Okay, so that's like everybody here. We need your support to rebrand ourselves, but also enhance the experience for tourists when they get here. So when you get here and you see a tourist taking a selfie with their significant other, you can walk up to them and say, hey, can I take your picture for you? You know, that's a little thing like that. That's what they're talking about. Aside from also cleaning up after yourselves after a barbecue and stuff like that. But it's the dogs who got it. I know, so let's come up with a better plan. You know, maybe we got to have roving Parks and Rec guys with the trailers picking up stuff throughout the weekend instead of coming up to like a morning where there's stuff strewn all over the place. Have a big enough facility for them to do that. Maybe that's part of it. maybe that's part of it. It doesn't just become the flights. The flights are a big deal. They're also asking for the government's help about, they're trying to get the support, again, for Annex 6. What's Annex 6? Why is it a big deal? Annex 6 is basically, there's an exemption between the United States and China. There's an agreement that says we don't want to have an influx of folks coming in from China without an equal amount from the U.S. going to China. So we'll take 50 flights from you and we'll give you 50 flights. And then if we hit that, then we'll move up together. We'll take it to the next notch. So China is already at that 50. They're already sending 50 flights to the United States. The U.S. is somewhere in the 40s, maybe. They're the high 30s or low 40s. So what Annex 6 would do, Annex 6 was something that we had before COVID, and it was to let unlimited flights from China come in here. I mean, if they want to come here, first of all. But it would say that we're exempted from that 50 to 50 ratio thing. So that's when they're talking about Annex 6, that's what they're talking about in there. The other one they're talking about is, hold on, let's go back, scroll down to the other one that they said they wanted to do. Can't do anything about the currency. So here's what they're doing. They're reaching out to people. Oh, this was really interesting. The restricted cabotage waiver. Ooh, I love this, by the way. This shows some forward thinking. So they're seeking the United States assistance. It says, following meetings with the U.S. Department of Transportation, MVA will submit a formal request for financial resources to improve our air access to our destination and explore a temporary restricted cabotage waiver to allow non-U.S. carriers to provide essential service. Yeah. I mean, that's it. And so what does that mean? What's cabotage? Cabotage. It's not a song from the Beastie Boys. No. But listen up, y'all. It's cabotage. What it is, cabotage is the policy that says a foreign airline cannot operate between two U.S. ports. And it's not just a U.S. policy. Every other country in the planet, save for one, has this cabotage law. So, like, if you are in France, you cannot fly United from Nice to Paris, right? Something. Those are not terrible accents. They're not good, but they're not terrible. But you'd have to fly like a domestic carrier there. So the cabotage waiver here would mean that you could fly, like, for instance, this is just an example. If Jeju Air were to fly from Seoul to Saipan, it could then fly from Saipan to Guam. And you could then be booking a flight from Saipan to Guam on Jeju Air. That's what a waiver for cabotage would do. And that would be competition for United. And United hates that idea because they love, they should change they should change the slogan. United, your colonizers in the sky. Like, I mean, that's it. They want to keep us down. They are no friends to the Marianas at all. I mean, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have any jet service. So I guess we'll take it. But it's like, without your uncle abusing you, you wouldn't have any relatives. Now, maybe it's better to not have that uncle in your life. So anyway, I love the idea of having this cabotage waiver. I think it's a real big deal because it does provide us with essential service. We can already fly cheaper to Asia or anywhere by going through Jeju Air or any other foreign carrier, low-cost carrier, to get to Asia. But now, versus taking out a mortgage or selling a kidney to get back and forth to Guam, now this would give us a real break. But more importantly, it would be great for an inbound tourists or family members or business folks coming from Guam to the CNMI. It would be a really big deal for us if that were to happen. Now, Would a ferry between Rota and Guam be awesome? Yeah, it's going to take a buttload of money to make that work, but it would be really awesome. That wouldn't really affect us up here, except for the overall general fund for the NMI would be doing a lot better because of all the taxes that would come in from that. But having that inter-island service on that between Guam and Saipan without paying $1 million would mean that we would get more stuff. And United's doing it because they know they can capitalize on all the federal travel that goes through Guam that has to come here. They're making their money off of that. And they can't just charge them more money. So they're charging everybody more money. And at the expense of us little folks. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So that stinks. And so I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it. But I want to talk about this one part right here. I'm going to scroll up to it. They said, over here, let's put it back on here so you guys can see it. The long haul, this part, airline priorities. Can I just highlight this part without doing the whole thing? Airline priorities says airlines achieve higher profits operating multiple short haul routes within Asia rather than a long haul to Saipan. Let that sink in for a second. Because that's the opposite of what United is telling us. United is telling us that they don't make money on a short haul route from Saipan to Guam because they're not flying long enough. It costs too much money to operate that short flight. This from MBA is telling us it's just the opposite for these Asian carriers, that they just met with them, and they just met with 5 of them. And they're telling us the opposite. So who are we going to believe in this whole thing? The 5 airlines or the one that's got us over a barrel? I'm going to listen to these other airlines because United, man, I can't take it. United is like a flying IPI. You can't believe a thing they say when it comes to this stuff. They put out a nice video. We care about you. We want to make sure. No, come on, guys. That's crazy. Yeah, Ann says, that's the mean and greedy uncle. Yes, that's it. That is great. Yeah, and there you go. They're able to make those 2 flights because they can fly 2 trips to Japan versus 1 trip to Saipan. Thank you for that. So they can make more money on those short haul flights. That's it. And that's why they're able to choose that instead of coming to Saipan. The other guys say, hey, they're not making money unless they're flying, unless those planes are in the air. Well, they got to be in the air a whole bunch. But still, the thing is that if we get that cabotage waiver, that's going to make a big deal for us because it's going to make it more profitable for those airlines. And that's why it makes great sense for us because we want to have the tourists coming in, right? Everyone could agree we want the tourists coming in. I think that's pretty easy. If we bolster that route with our butts in seats, especially for the Saipan and the Guam part, it's going to become more of a profitable thing for them to island hop back and forth. It works on every level. That's why we need to push hard to get that kind of cabotage waiver here. And hopefully it's not just a temporary. You got to start somewhere. But hopefully that's something that turns into maybe a longer term thing because it's the easy solution. If United's not willing to help us out, and if the United States Department of Transportation is not willing to help us out with essential air service, which is what's essential air service? It's basically a federal policy that subsidizes the more expensive routes so that it doesn't cut off or put extra burden on United States citizens and residents to fly elsewhere. So that's a big deal. So if they're not going to give us essential air service funding, then hook a brother up. Let us have folks who want to fly through here. It doesn't mean that there's like all these airlines who are chomping at the bit saying, we want to, I don't know, we still have to work it. We still have to try to get that to happen, right? Oh, you're right. I totally agree with that. You're absolutely right. I think you're 100% right on that. That comment came in and said, hey, it's easier to consider a temporary approach, especially since there's an aircraft shortage. Totally get it. Totally get it. So that's why it's more of a, I hope we get that. That's a great approach to do it. And then I hope the next step is, after we have it for a while and we see that it's working, see if we can turn that into a permanent thing. You know, it's like that, even like the military uses that approach, that crawl, walk, run, right? So that's like how we start to get that. Or what's the other one they say? Ooh, it's the camel nose under the tent. Because, you know, once the camel nose gets under, the whole rest of the camel gets, I mean, like that's the whole thing on there. So anyway, this is great stuff. So MVA has a real plan to deal with it. And, but, you know, they're saying, hey, this is going to be pretty rough for a little bit, but it's not rough because they're sitting on their hands. They literally just got done meeting with these folks from all these different airlines to try to head this off. And that's why it's great that we got this morning, because getting that kind of information, that's what snuffs out those kind of rumors and that worrying kind of stuff. So that's it right there. No kidding. Right on there, it's talking about the factors of the decline. That's what you guys are looking at there, right? That exchange, that currency exchange is real. I mean, the strong U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen and the Korean won, holy cow. You could buy so much stuff. Like, now's the time. You want to buy one of those little K cars, now's the time to do it, because the U.S. exchange is just awesome. Yeah, there's a tariff that's not helping us necessarily, but the difference between the dollar and the yen, it makes up for it. You are just going to be killing it. So if you're ever thinking about doing it and you got some extra change, which maybe you don't now because of the economy, but that's the time to do it. So, well, thank you, MVA, for sending this our way. Really appreciate it. We'll be posting this on the page. Probably won't do it till we take like a commercial break, or because otherwise you're going to be looking at me trying to make it all happen, and that won't be fun for anybody. I mean, unless you want to just sit here and we'll have a video production class. and I'm not the best one to do it, but it would be there. That's what you'd be seeing. Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what, it was definitely scary news to see that. But what's great is that, hey, NVA's on top of it, but they need our help. They need the support. And by the way, they're not just asking for support. Here, we're not going anywhere. We're going to stick with this. They're asking for the support of our other government leaders, too. Said, hey, we need to be on board. We need to be unified with everything that we're doing here and speak with one voice for the Marianas and say, hey, we need this. We need your help. And by the way, looking for local funding, I don't know where we're going to get it. I don't know if that all of a sudden becomes the next, hey, public lands, can you give us some money? Because MPLT, do you got some money in the trust for us? We could use it. Then what's the other one? They asked about the content creation. You know what that made me think of? Do you remember Beautify CNMI? Beautify CNMI with Angelo Villagomez and with Cinta Kaipat, you know, when they all came together, all these folks, and the whole purpose of Beautify CNMI, it wasn't just bagging up trash and stuff like that. It's because there was a website that was called Saipan Sucks. And it was the top thing when you would Google it. When you would Google Saipan, that's the top one. And it was some disgruntled lawyer who used to live here. I don't know who it was. People seem to know who it was. I don't know who that was. Well, anyway, so Beautify CNMI, the purpose of Beautify CNMI was to create an overwhelming campaign from local residents to post stuff positive about our home. And back then, we're talking blogs. Blogs! No, not those little comment sections in the Variety. I'm talking, it was like websites that were really just like diaries and stuff. I could go find the beachboyinparadise.blogspot.com. That was mine, because I started doing it for that too. And it was a lot of fun. But what we ended up doing, we as a community ended up becoming the top Google searches, because it was all these beautiful things about Saipan and the Marianas. That's what they're talking about us doing that. And it really felt like back then, like 20 years ago, holy crap, right? That this was a way to give back to your community by promoting where you live. That could still happen today. Now, NBA is trying to incentivize that. They've had those, like the contests, right? Where it's like, hey, you can win so much money and all this other stuff. What was cool about Beautify CNMI is that it's not a this versus that, but I'm just saying the concept of it was great because so many people were trying to do it because they love their home. And people weren't doing it for a prize or they weren't doing it for money. Hey, I mean, I'll take it, you know, if it was going out there. But that's what was great about it. People who lived here, and it was a lot of younger folks who were so, you know, disturbed by this, but they also understood that the internet is a wild and crazy place, and that if the first thing that when you Google Saipan, you come up with that negative website, we need to fix that. So it happened, but it's not a one-day thing, or it's not a one-year thing. It's something we need to do all the time. It's got to be something that gets posted by our folks all the time, to post beautiful photos. Like Mike Young, man, here, let me see. He just sent me something, but he said that he's got on his stuff too. Mike, I can't remember if you've got a website or if it's just on your social media, but I'll see if I can find it real quick. This is just one person, right? Here we go. Look at that smiling face right there. He shoots these amazing videos. Here, let's throw it up over here. There we go. This is his video. He shoots sunsets, sunrises, and everything. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'll turn off this one. Yeah, and this is our, you know, Mike, if you've been to Joe 10 Superstore, you know Mike. And this is just his hobby. This is what he does. He loves this kind of stuff. Shooting these great time-lapse videos, and it's beautiful. Now, if we get a lot of people doing this kind of stuff, it essentially ends up being the same thing what NBA is looking for, right? And it's not just that one. He's got other ones, but I gotta. Hold on, I want to get through the wormhole. How about this one here? And just photos. Here, let's go back. Mike, this is your show apparently today. Like, here's another one. This is a picture that he shot 6 years ago, and it's still up there. Just a beautiful shot. Take photos of your islands, show them around, post them. And oh, geez, we got a call coming in. Hold on, folks. We got a call. All right, Hop Days on Tiro. Thanks for calling the show. Who's this? Hello? Hello? Okay. That's hello and goodbye. All right. Maybe that one just didn't work. But we still do take your calls. Our number, by the way, is 670-789-2323. 670-789-2323. We'll be here during the show for sure. We'll be here for your calls all the time and to find out what you think is important. And I'd love to hear what you think about this info. So give us a call, or you can send us a message too. Now, if you're sending us a message on our messenger, you know, we don't really check that during the show. We end up seeing the Facebook Messenger after the show. So you can always WhatsApp us and let us know what's going down here in town. Let me open this up because it just made me realize something. Might be missing out on something on the phone. You might hear a whole bunch of pings going here for a second. Yeah, look at Ann Isabel says, Vegas to Cali, one way, $49, and it's a 1 hour flight. Right? Thank you, United. And Sean, our expert for air service, Sean Christian, saying, hey, short haul means 1 to 2 hours. Trying to spread maintenance costs over 23 minutes is very difficult. All right. Hey, we don't want that kind of rational thinking here, Sean. We just want to say bad things about United. No, I'm kidding. Come on. I got you. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you're right. I get that. I can understand it. Is there a perfect plane for this that can still move a lot of people? I don't know. You know, that's the big question. Nice. Tobot just sent me a message. I can't tell you guys. That's great, though. Yeah, there you go. All right, what else we got? I just want to say hi to you guys here while we're at it real quick. You know, because I missed a bunch of you guys in the comments. Ann, thanks so much for tuning in this morning. Great to see you. Sean, you too. I look up to the sky every time, and I can see you waving back down at us over there. Nicole Ongrung, thanks so much for, yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching today. And Atau, you are the absolute best. Love you, lady. Thanks for being here. Elena, thank you. Great to see you this morning. And Janida, thank you for tuning in. Great to see you. Tobot Castro, the tip man from Dan Dan. Whether you're retired or not, that's going to be the name that you've got. That's 100% it. Yeah, Jim Bob, good to see you. Thanks for being in here. You're the man. I love these comments. Oh my gosh, there we are. Dice. Man, I'm sorry I didn't see your comment till just now. Yeah, that's the fresh cut and incredible skincare routine. You know, I don't know what it is. It's just the island sun and too much of it. But I love you. Thanks so much. Jai Jones, thanks so much. Great to see you out here again. And who else we got? Fabian. Yes. Fabian, we got coffee going on this morning. It's on my schedule. It's on my calendar. After the show today, we are going to go and grab coffee. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what you order for breakfast because I'm going to order that because, dude, you're so healthy right now. I got to get in that world. Luisa Cabrera, you are my favorite, the MVP of baseball here in the CNMI when it comes to the NMI News Service. Thank you so much, and thanks for all your support, lady. Really great stuff. Also, she may be a voice that you hear a lot of pretty soon. We'll tell you more later. Piling Gizemo, the man, the myth, the legend, all the way from Guam. Great to see you as well. We got Lorraine Metal is in the house from Balao. Ali Ole. Yeah, Sal, it was great seeing you today, man. Really great seeing you in here. Eric Mothna is my veteran brother. Man, last night, I'll tell you what, we had the welcome reception for the Shope over at the VFW, and it was a lot of fun. So many people were there. The food was great. We got it from Shirley's Catering in Koblerville. If you haven't tried them, oh, you're missing out. See, I got to scroll back up. That's the one thing about these. Teresita Manglonia, great to see you. Mylan Rayong, thank you for tuning in. Great to see you today. And Zoom Manglonia, man, are you the Zoom Chicken? Is Zoom Chicken named after you? Because if so, man, you got it going on. That is great. Bruce Kamatsu, get down and beat your face. 20, let's do it. Randy Rosario, great to see you too. Man, I love all this stuff. I love having you guys here and join us for the show and to talk about these kind of things. And we wouldn't be doing this if it didn't seem to be something that you guys like too. And I just like doing it. So maybe I'd be talking to myself. That's how the whole thing started. And then that's how I met Tobot, randomly on Facebook watching this. Sophia Beneventi, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, but I'm telling you, Tobot, that message you sent me was freaking hilarious. That's it. That is hilarious. What else do we got? I'm just checking out on the other side. No problem. Just checking out the other WhatsApp messages from you guys. And there we go. So we've got all kinds of links and messages and everything from everybody. We've also been talking kind of nonstop for an hour. So we're going to take a real quick break to give some love to our sponsors because they love us almost as much they love you. I don't think anybody loves you as much as the folks from Paradise Dental Spa in Saipan. That's right. They're home of the Island Smiles Discount Dental Plan. How much are you paying for your dental insurance right now? Do you know how much you're paying for your plan? Check your pay stub and see what you're paying per paycheck. Is it more than $4, $5, $6? If it is, you're paying way too much. You got to check out the folks at Paradise Dental for the Island Smiles Discount Dental Plan. For a single, your coverage is only $4 per paycheck. For a couple, it's $5 per paycheck. And for your whole family, it's $6 per paycheck. How do they do it? I don't know. I just go there because they're awesome. And I love them. I love the way I feel when I go in and when I come out. They've got great smiles, and they're trying to give me one too. So they'll want to do the same for you. Give them a call. 234-4040 is the number for Paradise Dental Spa. And there's a better way to do it too. You could just go down to their office. Go check them out on Middle Road in Guadalajara. It's an orange building with a real nice sign. The only time that place gets nicer is when you walk in the door. Give them a call, 234-4040, and find out why so many people are making the move to Paradise Dental Spa. I like to try to tease them a little bit, saying like they turn your into a That's right. That's the way to do it. Paradise Dental Spa. They're great. They're my favorite. I love them, and they'll love you too. Be right back, folks.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. The Israeli military says it's mobilizing 60,000 reservists and extending service for 20,000 more ahead of an expanded operation in Gaza City. The AP's Luke Garrett
Israel's
has more.
military approved plans to begin a new phase of operations in some of Gaza's most densely populated areas, but it's unclear when exactly this operation will begin. The call-up comes as a growing campaign of exhausted reservists and some relatives of hostages accuse the government of perpetuating the war for political reasons and failing to bring home remaining hostages. Israeli troops are already laying the groundwork. Soldiers have been operating for some time in the Zaytun and Jabalia neighborhoods. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu Netanyahu has said the objectives of the military are to rescue the remaining hostages and to ensure Hamas and other militants can't pose any threat to Israel. The operations appear to be in line with Israel's plan to eventually control the entirety of Gaza City. And the plan's approval comes as the humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues, with chaos around aid and daily deadly airstrikes by Israel.
Israel has given final approval for a settlement project that would effectively cut the occupied West Bank in two. Palestinians and rights groups say it could destroy hopes for a future Palestinian state. The one settlement would block a potential direct route between Ramallah and Bethlehem. NATO defense chiefs have held what's being described as a candid discussion of security guarantees they could offer Ukraine to help forge a peace agreement that ends Russia's 3-year war. The federal judge who presided over the sex trafficking case against Jeffrey Epstein has rejected the government's request to unseal grand jury transcripts. He says the information in them pales in comparison to the Epstein investigative information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. And Hurricane Erin is strengthening again as it creeps closer to the mid-Atlantic coast. It's been churning up menacing waves, closing beaches from the Carolinas to New York City. This is AP News. Seth Sutel has the AP Markets Report.
Stocks ended mixed on Wall Street after Nvidia, Palantir, and other superstars paired most of their losses from the morning. The S&P 500 slipped 0.2% Wednesday. The index had been down as much as 1.1%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average edged up 16 points. That's less than 0.1%. The Nasdaq Composite fell 0.7%. Stocks caught up in the mania around artificial intelligence were front and center again. Those stocks have piled on enormous gains recently, and criticism has been growing that they're starting to look expensive. Several big retailers, including Target, turned in a mixed batch of results. Seth Sutel, New York.
Minutes of last month's Federal Reserve meeting show most policymakers saw higher inflation resulting from tariffs as a greater concern than the potential for job losses as they left the Fed's key rate unchanged. There's more news and the latest developments at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. We've got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
We're bringing heat today, so let's get started. Woke up and smiled, the sun shining. Let the sun shine in. Got dreams to chase and a world to win. Turn up the radio today, and let's dance through the day. Feel the vibes in the air. Come on, let's play. We live in love, making waves as we go. With every heartbeat, it's an endless show.
All right, good morning, Marianas, and welcome back. I am talking loud because I am scaring the people who walked in here, who are going to be coming on here at 9 o'clock. I'm excited to have them in here. But how do you not hear this music and get all up and bouncing in your chair? It doesn't even gradually go. It just comes out with like a punch to the face. Bow! I love it. I love it. And this is AI. AI music is crazy. I love it because I don't have to worry about getting those copyright dings and all that other stuff. But I can't believe how legit some of it sounds. Like some of it you could definitely tell is like AI music for sure, right? But like that one, that's pretty legit. The opening theme song that we got, I wanted to have like that Motown era sound, and that's what they came up with. I'm like, gosh, man, AI is scary. Yeah, I can promise you I am not AI because AI can't be this bad. They've got to know, like, I talk about all kinds of stuff and talk about it with you guys, and it's legit. All right, so by the way, you guys want to talk about any of the stuff that we've talked about so far or anything else, this is not like your public comment section over at some random hearing. You can talk about whatever you want by giving us a call at 670-789-2323. Give us a ring, and we're going to talk about your stuff. Eric David, holy cow, great to see you. Thanks so much for checking in and saying hey to us. And where are you? Are you in the States still? I know you were in the States for a while. I just don't know if you're still there or if you're back here in the hometown over here. All right, my goodness, folks. Remember we were talking about this a couple days ago on Tuesday for the start of school. There was that big bomb threat for all the high schools. They had to search all the schools, and they did them all at the same time. And we heard from Randy Joe, who told us the whole thing, that they were checking all the schools at the same time. They cleared them one by one, but they were all checking them at the same time. And that's why they were able to get school started so quick. But that threw a big monkey wrench into like the biggest exciting day of the year for parents and students alike, maybe more for the parents because they get to send their kids to school, especially if they're at home all the time. Well, we told you yesterday that DPS had the guy
they got a 17-year-old in custody that they were going to be dealing with. But they were waiting at that time to find out what's going to happen from the Attorney General's office. Well, apparently they're going to charge the kid for doing it. The question is, what are they going to charge him with? You know, we're still waiting to find out. They can't charge him as an adult because it's not one of the, at least not in the local courts, it's not one of the Section B for juvenile courts. So, I mean, they're going to have to charge him as a minor. I mean, that's just it. I guess we'll find out. We'll never find out what happens because it's going through the juvenile court. The other one, though, that murder in San Antonio, from what we heard, is that is supposed to be going through the adult case. But someone said something yesterday that we got to find out about, because if that's not going through the regular adult court, then we'd be interested to find out more information about it. No, we're not going to be sneaking out people's names and all that stuff, but we do know that that's out there in the community. People know who that guy is, 17-year-old who's involved with that one. It's not the same person. We can definitely tell you that. But there you go. Man, we have a special guest. They're in studio right now. They've got a big event, a big community event that's coming up. And I don't know why she should not be nervous, because it's going to be so easy. And for her, we're going to have her come over here in just a second. She's getting ready to make her way over to the Chair of Destiny. She's like, I'll come over there, but only if you give me one of those new citruses that you pulled off the tree this morning. I'm like, deal, we can do that. All right. And let's just see. I'm going to see how you look over there in the camera. I think you're going to look great, but it only helps if I turn the camera on. See? How about that? Pew. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Have you been in the movies? No? Okay. Well, here, let's pull this over. You can pull it. See how close I've got it to me? You can pull it towards you. Yeah, just, there you go. Even closer. You can go closer. Yeah. It comes all the ways. Yeah, you're going to be great. Are you ready?
No.
No! You should be.
I'm ready.
You're gonna be awesome. This is gonna be a super easy thing for you. But we have a big event coming up, and it's a really great community event, and we have a special guest in studio. There she is. You can see her. All right, so let's do this. Let's get started. Can you introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you are and who you are with.
Well, half a day, everyone. Good morning. My name is Roslyn Fittel, and I'm the chairwoman of the Linala Initiative. Yes.
That's great. So what is the Linala Initiative?
So it's a movement made for the growing number of families in the CNMI and businesses to help them in the time of need when they're facing financial hardships today.
That's great. So how did you get involved with this?
So I got involved because the founder, who is also my godmother, I got inspired by her creativity and her heart for helping others. So we both decided that we wanted to come together and create a movement to help everyone in the CNMI who are facing financial hardships.
I love it. All right, so tell us about you. All right, so how old are you? You're 68 years old, and tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm Carolina Chamorro from here, born and raised here. I'm 22, and I went to Cagman High School for half of my years and then finished off at Saipan Southern.
Ooh, the two good, exciting chants are from those two high schools too. So do you ever get confused? Someone's like, hey, why you? And you're like, Ray.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. All right. So you're 22. You went to both schools, and now you're doing this really cool project. So tell us a little bit more about the big event that's coming up.
So this event was made to help not only small businesses, but everyone in the CNMI who are facing financial hardships, especially in our economy today. So it's a day of resilience where everyone comes together and, it's like a big family picnic. So everyone comes together and they share or demonstrate whatever cultural heritage what they're doing, like weaving or, making Mars or cooking local foods. Everyone just comes together and like share what they have together to uplift each other.
Man, that's so great. And there's no, how do people enter, or have you already been having the entries for people to register to sign up?
So there's no registration fee. Everything is free. The only thing that we ask of our vendors is that they set up their own tent, because everything is provided for them. They just come, set up their tent, and do whatever they have to do. And then, whatever they make or sell on that day is theirs. We don't collect commission. Yeah.
That's amazing. So it doesn't cost anything to join it. It doesn't cost anything as far as like giving away some of the money that they would make off of this. This is just a really fun community event to get everyone together.
Yeah, it's like a big family picnic for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people get to show off some of the cool stuff that they make and everything too.
Arts and crafts, we have some that are demonstrating we have a sling vendor, and they're gonna demonstrate like how they make slings. We have different types of crafts that will be available on that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and activities.
So and where's it gonna be?
Civic Center Beach Park.
Can't miss it, right? You've got all those palas and everything over there. Wow. So where did the idea come from? Like, when did you guys come up with this?
So me and my godmother were sitting down, and she, we both have the same like heart to help others, and we were talking about it, and she just like, oh, why don't we do this movement to help everyone, who's struggling financially, and just a day out of the year where everyone comes together and just uplifts each other and just take a little burden for the day off of their shoulders. So yeah, she thought about it, and we planned it through, and now it's really happening.
It is really happening. Okay, when is it happening?
It's this Saturday, August 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So it's an all-day affair. Come down to Civic Center Beach and be a part of this, whether you're one of the vendors or whether you just want to enjoy, getting some food from some of our local chefs and restaurants and folks who want to come down there. It's awesome.
I know. It's going to be an awesome day.
So what have you been doing? Like, how many, did you get a lot of interest from a lot of people in the business community and stuff like that?
So far we have a lot of vendors. We have, we have a couple food vendors, arts and crafts. We have some that will be demonstrating and doing some free activities for the kids. So that's really cool. And then there's some vendors that will be giving free sampling for food. So it's gonna be awesome.
That is awesome, and it's a great idea. I know there's going to be some baseball happening this weekend, so you guys are going to be able to get a lot of the crowd that'll already kind of be down in the area to go and just walk back across the street. It's the let's see, what day is this? Is this for? Oh, that's going to be up on Capitol Hill. But it's going to be pretty awesome for folks to be able to come down there and enjoy it. Right there on the water too. So
yes, we also have free haircuts for kids and free drone lessons.
Whoa.
We have a couple people that want to give back to the community in that way.
Now, are those the same activity? So it's like somebody's going to cut your hair with a drone?
No,
if you're a kid?
like we have a separate vendor that'll be also there to cut, give free haircuts, and then a separate one to give free lessons to the kids on like drone lessons and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you have any names that you want to drop of some of the folks who are going to be there?
Yeah, we have Sodom Barber as the one that's going to be giving the free haircuts. And then we have So we'd like to extend our appreciation to the Commonwealth Council of Arts and Culture, Indigenous Affairs, Parks and Recreation, Gray LLC, who is also donating the $1,000 prize for the best tent decorating contest.
Wow.
So Mr. Joshua Gray, he's the one that wanted to donate the $1K for the prize.
No way. How wonderful. I love that guy.
And then we have Herman's Modern Bakery, DC Pro Rentals, Lotta Built, Gold's Gym, and we got some of our local stores that also donated. So Ocean Star, they also gave like a couple cases of soba with cases of water together with Exo Market. Then Godfather's Bar, they've donated gift certificates. And then we also have Relax Bar. Ocean Nail Spa also gave gift certificates. And then we have Spices Supermarket that also gave like, they donated cases of water for the community. So we have a lot of support on this day, and a lot of people that want to come and, you know, give out to the community.
Here, wait, I can give you two more. I know one of our sponsors and one of our partners would be happy for me to do it. This will be from Last Shot Bar.
Oh,
This
nice.
is 2 buckets of beer that people can get. Those can be some raffle prizes for your contest and everything.
Thank you. So yeah, we have all this, you know, amazing people that, you know, extend their hearts also, and for the community, they really support.
It's awesome. It sounds like it's going to be incredible. Like it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
It's going to be fun.
So what are you going to be doing that day? Running around doing everything for everybody?
Yeah, it's gonna be really busy for me. So I'm gonna be going around to all the vendors, thanking them for coming out, and, you know, just showcasing what they have for the community, and joining and just being there, you know, showing up.
So is this your first big event that you're organizing?
Yes, it is, and I'm excited. I'm learning along the way.
Yeah. So you're going to end up learning a ton of stuff from all this stuff. So what's been the most exciting part about all of it?
The most exciting part has been like meeting all these different people, and, you know, everything that my godmother has taught me through it. I am really thankful for it, because, you know, like I came from like a place where I didn't have anyone to actually, you know, push me, and she really pushes me to, you know, be the best that I can be. And now I'm seeing it and I'm believing it, and I'm just grateful.
I love it, because you seem really cool.
Yeah.
I got to meet you the other night at the Hill to the Ville, and now I get to see it in person as a big promoter for this big event that's going to be happening. Yeah. So, you know, we'll be there. We're going to check it out, too. We want to enjoy it and have some fun. I can already smell the barbecue in the air. I can't wait to get down there for it. There's going to be some entertainment stuff, too?
Yes, we do have entertainment. So we do have Miss Kiki Marciano, her dance group.
Whoa.
She will be there, and, you know, it's gonna be entertaining. Yeah, and we have a couple singers also that wanna come out, like Jordan Paradise, Baby PJ, 180 Productions.
Wow.
So it's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm excited.
You got it all planned out.
Yeah. So we would stay up late nights just planning and everything. We want to make sure that when the day comes, it's smooth, and I know it's going to be a great turnout.
So is it just the two of you guys doing all this stuff together? Do you have some help from some people?
Yeah, it's just me and her so far, and we got support. I'm really grateful for the support and, you know, everything that we've been getting from the community to support us on our event.
It sounds like you got a ton of support, like all those companies, all those people.
Yes, and it's mind-blowing to see that, you know, there's people out there that also have the same mindset and goal for us to, you know, help our people and uplift each other, especially in our time of need.
But this is one of the things I love about Saipan, right? Something like this.
Yeah.
This is, you're not out there trying to make money off of this stuff or anything. Not that making money is a bad thing, right? No. But like the whole purpose of this is just like you said, just to uplift people. You're not asking people to take a percentage of what they make, or you're not asking people to pay to register for any of this stuff. The whole purpose of this is just to make Saipan a better place.
Yes, to empower our people. Everything is for our people and our community.
Yeah, but our island is better because of you.
Yes.
That's what's happening because of you, what you're doing right here. This is what makes our home awesome.
Yeah, and I'm grateful to be a part of it, really.
Well, I'm grateful that I get to live in a place where you're here because you're doing stuff like this. Like, it makes me wonder, you know, what's next. But I don't want to skip over this one because this is going to be such a big event, and I know there's going to be a big turnout.
Yes.
So You got a bunch of vendors, you got a bunch of supporters, you've got a bunch of people who are going to be coming in, and it should be a lot of fun for everybody. So it starts from 10 o'clock, it's going all the way till 5. Yes. I imagine some people might stick around by the beach afterwards.
Yes.
And, and it's open for everybody?
It's open for everyone.
Family-friendly event?
Everyone is invited.
That's awesome. All right, so how about you now? Any shout-outs that you have for anybody?
So we do have a couple of vendors and appreciation to the people that actually, came out and support throughout the whole process of getting this event, in place. So everything about this event is like made possible through donors, volunteers. There's no there's nothing that was being paid for. Everyone just came together and supported us through it. So for our vendors, we have a couple, and Cecile Bloss and Mary Manglona is one of them that we'd like to thank for showing their support. Michael Finney, Alfias, Vlad, Ladabilt, Mamis Gaga, Tadung Hagan, Bonito Basula. That's the one. Lady Hokog, Lolling Cruz, DYS, Isla Community, Elisa's Yarn Work, and we also have an obstacle course.
What?
For the kids, yes. We will have a whole tent for the kids, and then we have Vida's Lemonade and Bear's Woodworking and Tree Services. And then we have That's the One by Christiana and Oliver Duenas. And then Pacific Half a Day, Island Grinds and Crafts. And then we have Magbers, Cello Shave Ice, the Coxsons, 123 Foods, Crazy 8, The Yummy Food Snack Bar, Saipan Fresh Market, Soda and Barber, and Susan Doyle. And then we would like to also thank Mr. Gordon Marciano and Mr. John Holsano for helping out also, announcing and broadcasting our event on the radio station, and also to Commonwealth Council of Arts and Culture, and then Indigenous Affairs for making us use the Gumasakman, and then Parks and Recreation for lending us the basketball court to make of use on that day also. And then Gray LLC, Herman's Modern Bakery, DC Pro Rentals, Ladabilt again, and Gold's Gym. Speaker Edmund Villagomez, Senator Selena Babauta, Ocean Star Market, Exo Market, Godfather's Bar, Relax Bar, Rep BJ Atal, Ocean Nails Spa, Spices Supermarket, Saipan Horse Ranch, DPA Car Mart, KKMP, and yes.
So are you guys going to have a horse there too?
Oh yes, we would also have a horse there.
No.
Oh, not horse, but we have live pets like chickens and rabbits. Yes, or just one rabbit.
All right, so it's like you could take the votes. Everyone could say aye or they could say nay. It's so bad. It's so bad. All right, so that's going to be great. When I saw the horse ranch, I'm like, holy cow, somebody's going to be coming down there. I was thinking maybe you're going to be riding the horse to talk to all the vendors from spot to spot. All right, here we go.
We were hoping we'll have a horse, but we have rabbits and live chickens.
Ooh.
Yes.
I like it. All right, so free haircuts.
Yes.
There's free drone lessons. You can pet a rabbit or a chicken if you can catch them.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be entertainment. There's going to be food. There's going to be demonstrations. And there's just going to be a lot of fun, a lot of community. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know. We're excited also.
I can't wait to see the look on your face when you're seeing it all happen all around you, and you can realize, soak it in a little bit, what a success it's going to be.
I'm excited for the day.
Well, congratulations on being a little hometown hero now for us.
Thank you.
You're making a difference in our home, and you're making our home better.
Yes.
Awesome. Now you still feel nervous, or is that pretty easy?
That's easy.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
I would like to thank you also for giving us, this opportunity to come out and share what the Linala Initiative is about.
Well, thank you. people want to find out more information, can they just call you guys or email you guys?
So we do have, our info is posted on our website. It's rowena.ogo@gmail.com.
Okay.
And then it's under Linala Initiative on the website. And from there, we have the info on it, on how to reach us through Instagram or Facebook. So it's on our website. Everything is on the website.
Awesome. Well, there it is, and it's happening this weekend from 10 to 5, Civic Center Beach. You don't want to miss it. It's been great, but it's been even greater having you with us in studio. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to wrap up the show for today, and I want to say thanks to our special guest for letting us know about what's going on and for creating this awesome event. Oh, I got just a message that came in. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Let's see if there's another one that came in. I got to pop this back up on the screen. 1 second. See if there's anything. Oh, okay. I'll send you that message. That was about a veterans thing. So thanks. I'll reach back out to you guys about that later. Anyway, guys, that's the show for us today. We are going to wrap it up, and we'll be back again tomorrow morning with another edition of Good Morning Marianas. We'll see you at 7:30. Have a great day. It's only Thursday. The weekend's not here yet, but it's going to be here soon. So take care, folks. We'll see you in just another day. Have a great one. Be safe out there, and get ready for this weekend. This thing's going to be amazing.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.